Good evening, folks. You are here with the real great Aussie patriot. Good to see you. We haven't spoken since the terrible news of the Donald Trump election. Although I might like to add that it is bad that Donald Trump got elected. It is very, very good that Hillary Clinton did not get elected. Now, I know it sounds like a bit of an oxymoron, a bit of a conundrum, but we've got some shit sandwiches to dish out, and we're going to explain why. I've got a special guest here this afternoon. Man, some of you might know very well, Tristan Barker is going to dish out a few shit sandwiches himself. So we'll start first with our global, or our international shit sandwiches. First of all, our list. We have international shit sandwiches tonight going to Donald Trump supporters. Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, and Hillary Clinton supporters. So we'll start with Donald Trump supporters. First of all, I'd like to give Donald Trump supporters a big, fat, nasty shit sandwich for supporting such a misogynistic, racist, orange piece of shit. Now, you all think he's going to do some sort of fantastic thing for white people.
Huge things. Huge.
But, you know, I don't think he's going to do anything terribly great for white people. I mean, I think that was just a guise. You know, we're going to target all the minorities. The man is orange. He is not he's not ethnically a white man. He is an orange man, probably more closely related to an orangutan than a human being.
Possessed by an alien from outer space.
I think even gingers have more of a soul than Donald Trump. Anyway, why would you like to give Donald Trump supporters a shit sandwich?
I'd like to give you a shit sandwich saying thank you for not supporting Hillary Clinton, but also fuck you for genuinely supporting Donald Trump if you did. Like, don't get me wrong, I love some fucking memes. But I'm not serious. Like, they're great memes, but like, sometimes, you know, I'll post a meme about Donald Trump, oh fucking yeah, can't stump the Trump, and fucking like, it's hilarious, and I'm like, yeah, fucking everyone will get this cunt's hilarious, fucking, and people are like, yeah, fuck yeah, Donald Trump, glad you can fucking see the light too, mate. I'm like, oh, okay, alright, yep, settle down, fucking shit sandwich right in there before you can go any further.
Too many Donald Trump supporters out there. There are way too many of you, and you don't even know why you're supporting him. You're only basically supporting him because you're disenfranchised, you're disheartened with the current system, and he's pretty much played on that. I mean, I think he came out with the policy, we're going to scrap Obamacare. We're going to completely get rid of Obamacare. We're going to get rid of Obamacare, right? And we're going to replace it with something amazing.
Amazing.
Something amazing. Well,
huge.
we've just had a look on the interwebs, and we've found out that Donald Trump is not planning on scrapping Obamacare at all anymore. Now that he's in the Oval Office, he's going to keep certain parts of Obamacare. Much of Obamacare will still be part of the current US health system. So he's already gone back on one of his promises, which is why Donald Trump deserves a shit sandwich. Why do you think Donald Trump?
Oh, I'd say Devin shit sandwich, because, you know, I mean...
He's got arsehole lips. They certainly look like they could gobble up a shit sandwich instead of, like, pumping one out. It might look...
It probably comes out that way. He's that much like Cartman. It reminds me of the South Park episode.
Alex Jones, I think, is more like a real-life version of
Eric Cartman.
Oh my god.
Alex Jones is definitely up there, but fucking...
Alex Jones can have a shit sandwich. International shit sandwich to Alex
Jones.
Jones.
Nah, he's Michael Moore and Cartman's bastard child.
Like, yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah.
He's a right-wing Michael Moore, except he doesn't make as much sense.
Yeah, Donald Trump, the only difference between him and Cartman is Cartman's mum gave him everything. Donald Trump's dad gave him everything. So it came out a little, yeah, different, but still definitely Eric Cartman. Definitely Eric Cartman.
Well, Hillary Clinton supporters, they can have a shit sandwich. Hillary Clinton, you can also have a shit sandwich. But most of all, the voters of America, those who went out and voted for these two candidates, you pretty much deserve a shit sandwich as well. If none of you had have gone out and voted, and no one had have voted at all, well, maybe they would have fucking thrown someone else into the ring. Maybe someone like Bernie Sanders, who we wanted in the first place, who probably would have killed Trump in a landslide at elections.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough of international shit sandwiches. It's got nothing to do with us.
Clinton supporters.
We live in Australia. The president doesn't have that much power. Anyway, they're not going to give Trump nuclear codes. America's not that stupid yet. So we'll move on from the international shit sandwich because this video is dragging on quite a little bit. But bear with us, folks, because we got some national shit sandwiches to give out.
Hillary Clinton's starving without her shit sandwich, man.
Give her a shit sandwich.
Hillary Clinton, man, 40 years doing something. You got beaten by a reality TV star on. How do you feel about that? How would you honestly feel? Think about it. Like this guy comes out who's like literally a walking fucking meme, and within a year takes the presidency off you, and you've spent 40 years doing this. You've got some obviously like, you know, screwed up, corrupt family that manages to stay within this power. Like, what are you doing? How do you suck that fucking much? Like, that's outstanding. To her supporters, this is the thing. You need the shit sandwich for? Yeah. Trump's a fucking vile, xenophobic cunt. Like, he's a sexist, misogynistic piece of fucking shit. And yeah, like, this is all we can show of the sandwich for now. But anyway, the problem is that yes, here's that, here's all those things, but Hillary Clinton is too. So what's more sexist, misogynistic, racist than actually making money out of, you know, bombing brown children and taking your funding and plans from people who force raped women to marry their violators? Yes, she takes a lot of money from the Middle East. Look it up.
We go back to shit sandwiches now?
Yeah, national shit sandwiches.
National shit sandwiches.
Fuck off.
Beetroot with ears,
Americans,
man.
you can stop. Yeah, you can fuck off now.
Beetroot with ears, man. Well, you get the first shit sandwich, mate. I mean, I thought calls himself one of the Bendigo 3 because they're going through a little civil court case up in Bendigo at the moment. Should be happening next year sometime, the first hearing. Labelling him and the other suspects the Bendigo 3, that's hilarious, mate. You make it sound like you're some, you know, they're going to be, in 100 years to come, they're going to have a show on the History Channel or the Crime Network on bloody cable TV about the Bendigo 3. No, they're not, mate. All you did was stage a mock beheading in Bendigo to incite racial hatred and violence in the community, which was a pretty stupid and shit act on your behalf. But what you've done just before the last rally that you guys held, if you can call it that, a gathering of like-minded fuckwits in a park, yelling at each other and giving speeches. You know, your movement's not really making any headway. There's not hundreds of people gathering and hundreds more the next time. It's pretty much the same fuckwits in an empty park, just yelling at each other, yelling at empty buildings. But what you did before, what Nick Folks, who is going to get a shit sandwich after you, spruiked as the Battle of Eltham, what you did before that was you publicly went out with someone and staged a public mock beheading with real people near a tennis court with young children who witnessed this and who were terribly traumatised by the act. They had to tell their parents, go home and tell their parents. Look, they were terrified. You do this while you are waiting to go to court for doing the same thing. How stupid can you be? I mean, you are a beetroot with ears, man, with chicken lips, but are you really as stupid as you look? God, I gave you more credit for that. Nick, folks, you can have a shit sandwich for not being able to organise a rally whatsoever. You just can't organise rallies, mate. It's time to face facts. You and your fat mate Toby, who gets a shit sandwich for being a young boy of Indian descent. He's 18 years old. I mean, you think someone of 18 years old in this day and age in Australia would have much more of a life, much more of a social circle than just a couple of old blokes standing in an empty park yelling at each other and going to other places and yelling at empty buildings. So, Nick, folks, Fat Toby, you can have a shit sandwich. Ralph Sermonara, you can have a shit sandwich for following him down there, wasting all your money on a plane ticket to a failed rally, that money you should be spending on your young family, You know, go and buy your wife something nice. Buy your child a toy instead of spending all this stupid money on motel rooms and flights down to Melbourne just to be in a park with a bunch of fuckwits yelling at each other or yelling at an empty building. You cunts all are fucked. Sewell and Blah,
Empty
you can have a
building
shit
vibes
sandwich.
matter.
Sewell and Blah, pretty much all it consists of the UPF anymore, as Gracie's labelled them lately, the 2PF. There's only two of them. It's Sewell and Blah. Both of them spend far too much time at the gym, far too much time ingesting steroids that they basically just look like a condom full of fucking walnuts. Anyway, Sherman Burgess, you can have a shit sandwich. Also, for jumping on the Trump train and carrying on like it's the greatest victory of all for you and people like you, I can assure you that the majority of people who voted for Donald Trump, the majority of people in America aren't racist. They are just absolutely fed up and sick of career politicians who don't do anything for them. They have been sucked in by a snake oil salesman, and they are not all racist. So to all the Hillary supporters out there, back to the global shit sandwiches,
Is the only one
you can have a
Alex
shit
Jones in
sandwich
it
for
on the
picking on anyone who voted for Trump. I mean, I've seen some terrible
World
videos
scale.
of people getting bashed just because they voted for Trump. Now, they're getting bashed just because they voted for this man. That is wrong. Let them vote for them. Let this guy have his day. Let him have his day in office. It's democracy. He's been voted in. Suck it up. Let's get on with it. Let's all try and work together, or more shit sandwiches. I don't like dishing them out. Actually, I kind of do. But oh yeah, in TBC, Soldiers of Odin, the minnows in the Patriot movement. You can also have a shit sandwich for trying to jump on Nick Folks' little fucking Battle of Eltham bandwagon, where you're all corralled into a park for your own protection by far more police officers than there were protesters there on either side. So, way to cost the taxpayer more fucking money, and way to just oppose things just to feel important. Australia hates you. We fucking hate you. You can have a big fat shit sandwich. All your patriot movements,
Huge.
all your
shit
Nazis,
sandwich.
all your nationalists, go and suck on a wet fart and have a shit sandwich. Tristan, I'll let you finish.
Huge sandwich. Massive sandwich.
It'll be a
Greatest
great
sandwich.
sandwich.
Biggest sandwich you've ever seen. Biggest sandwich you've ever seen.